So let's start week 3 in quarter 1, intro to color theory. And this week we're going to be focusing on our primary colors. That would be red, yellow, and blue. So I would like you to use crayons. Second graders, if you have colored pencils, you can use those. So we are going to start with our blue crayon first. And we are going to color in the word blue. Now some of us may have a few different colors of blue. This is where we can use those to color in the butterfly. So I'm going to use a light blue and a dark blue. Alright, let's now take out our red crayon and color in the word red. We can then color in our strawberry red, and I will let you use the green crayon to color in the stem and the leaves. The last color we're going to need is yellow. Color in the word yellow, and then you can color in the sun. So I colored in the circle of the sun yellow, and then I did go back and grab my orange crayon and colored in the sun's rays. The next thing we want to do is get our pencil, and we want to trace over the words primary colors. We want to get our writing practice in. Now, after we've traced our letters, we're going to use our dotted line on the bottom, and we're going to copy the letters to the bottom. So for second graders, this should be pretty easy. For my kindergartner and first graders, this is going to be more writing practice. Before we put our paper away, let's make sure we write our name up at the top. So next we're going to flip our paper over to our color splats. Still working on primary colors, and a good way to get practice reading our color words is to match the color word on our crayon to the color word on the paper. I want you guys to start practicing coloring in one direction. So if you notice, I'm going up and down, and I'm not changing the direction of my crayon. This is going to give us better control over the tools we use when we're coloring. It also makes our coloring look a lot prettier. Now, I used my crayon very lightly, but if you want to push harder on your crayon and make it darker, you can do that. Next, let's grab our blue crayon, and remember, we're going to match the color word on our crayon to the color word on our paper. And we're going to try to stay in one direction. Our last color is going to be yellow. Match that color word on your crayon to the one on your paper. And there we have our three primary colors, red, blue, and yellow. Don't forget to put your name on your paper. So we have one more sheet for our primary colors, and these are going to be crayons. But first, let's write our name up at the top. And before we color, we're going to do our tracing. So with our pencil, we're going to trace the words primary colors. And then for practice writing, we're going to also write it down in the blank space below. I know it looks like I'm writing fast, but I just sped it up a little bit. Make sure we take our time. On this paper, you can choose which crayon you color which color. So not everybody has to color the same crayons the same color. I'm going to start with the biggest crayon and I'm going to color it yellow. If you want to color the biggest one red, you can do that. I'm also going to use brown for the wood of the pencil. You could also use peach for this part too. I'm also remembering to stay in one direction when I color without switching directions. I'm going to move on to my red crayon, so I'm going to color the smallest crayon red. Maybe you might want to color it yellow, maybe you might want to color it blue. Now on this crayon, I changed the direction of how I was coloring, but I'm staying in the same direction. So I'm not going up and down and side to side, I'm just going side to side. And I actually found this pretty uncomfortable, so I had to turn the paper. But by staying in the same direction, we make our drawings and our colorings look a lot neater. And finally, our blue crayon. So yellow, red, and blue, our primary colors. So we've done 3 primary color worksheets today, and hopefully by next week we'll remember all of our primary colors. If you finish early, you can always color on the back or draw me an awesome picture. My friends at home, don't forget to submit your assignment on your Schoology page under the assignment. And don't forget to click that like button.